Fine. So we completed the parameters and correlation. Fine. Then let me create a population. So population is something where you are going to create your going to bring your users here. So you have like different scripts. So you're going to distribute all your scripts in here. And here in populations, usually you can distribute them into percentage. Say, for example, if I have like two scripts, I can divide into 50 percentage. And I can choose the scripts here. I'm choosing user 1 and user path 1 and user path 2 here. And here we have, I can try with different browsers. I can try with what if I'm recording in Chrome, but if I want to try it with a different browser, if I want to try with different versions of browsers, it can be Chrome, Firefox, or any other tools. I can just choose them. And the other options are I can handle the cache. So for example, if I want to use the cache as an as recorder one, I can use it. Or if you want to do as a new user, I can choose that as well. Or if I want to try it as a returning user, I can very well use that. So the difference between all these is if you are using as recorder and returning user, which means you are going to use the same cache, or you are going to use your cache for your scripting. If you're going to use as a new user, which means there won't be any cache, and any request they're going to send will be directly going to your app server. So that's the difference between the as recorder and returning user and new user. And rest is the WAN emulation. So this is something if you're going to test your application in your mobile or something, then you can try changing your download speed, your download latency, your upload speed and upload latency. But most of the times, since we're testing with web applications, we normally choose the unlimited, the default option that we have. And that's about the populations. And the next thing is, in case if you have any monitors, if you want to connect to your Dynatrace, or if you want to connect to your Datadog, you can very well use this one. If you want to connect your Prometheus as well, you can very well use your Prometheus. Go back, give a name, give your host, and then click on next, and then you can very well connect to your Prometheus or whatever the external monitoring connections you have. You can very well use it. You can even choose the metrics as well, like which metrics you want to connect. You can very well choose those metrics as well. And then coming back to this one, you can choose the operating systems. In case if you want to use Linux, you can very well choose it, or any operating systems. You can feel free to choose that. And then your databases, whatever you want to choose, you can choose that. It can be Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, anything. You can just choose them. And once you connect them, you can just connect it to your testing and then to runtime. Can create, okay, we already have a scenario, and under that scenario, we have the population. So this is the population which we have already designed it here. So the populations is here. And then under the populations, we can choose different duration policies. So most of the times for running your load test, we normally choose a load test, a load time of 1 hour, 10 minutes. And then the custom, so I just choose the custom, and then here I edit the graph, where if I want to give like for 100 users, I can choose it, and then I have to change the scenario duration here to 1 hour, 10 minutes, and then I can click on this item. So I'll just make sure that I have a ramp up time of, for all the 100 users, I have a ramp up time of like 6 minutes. And the steady state will be like from 6 minutes to 1 hour, 6 minutes. Make sure I have all the 100 users, and then 0. And then after the 1 hour, 6 minutes, so which means like 1 hour of duration here. So from starting from 6 minutes to 1 hour, 6 minutes, the test will run. And at the end, the test will complete its execution. And once it is completed, once I've made all these changes, I can go ahead and start my execution. So let me just quickly, since I don't have that particular amount of license, I'll just run it with like 10 users for a duration of like, okay, let me go back here. I'll just try it for 5 minutes. Change it to 5. Click OK. And then save. And then let me run the test. Inside the web. Let me just choose it. And yeah, your question regarding the app dynamics. Go to the project settings, and here you can see your app dynamics. Enable your app dynamics transformation. information, sorry, and then you can connect to it. And from the app dynamics part, you have to enter, you have to go to your app dynamics, and then you have to enter your NeoLoad connection settings, and that will help you to connect your app dynamics to your NeoLoad. And same applies to Dynatrace. You can just go, give your server URL and your API token, and then give a test that will help you to confirm you that you have connected to your Dynatrace, so that you can connect to your Dynatrace or App Dynamics or any whatever tool that you want to connect. Um, yep. So that's all about the App Dynamics data. So all you can see is in your transaction, you can see the response time of each of these transactions, like for landing page, for clicking enter store, clicking and click enter the store and sign in credentials. Again, for all the transactions, you get to see the transaction names. Based on transaction names, you can see the response times. You need to know how to get the license without no, Tausif, you can't get a license without a business email. You can't get it. You need to have a business email. And yeah, coming back to this one, yep. Since we do not have added any of the response times, sorry, anything time, so that's the reason we get to see a lot of errors. So let me just quickly fix it. So how to add a think time is the main section, which I'll show you quickly here. Going back here, can design goal-oriented scenario. No, we can't design goal-oriented scenario. It's all only about the users. This delay is something which you can bring it here, and make sure you uncheck it and give the thing time here. Copy, paste it after each and every section. So think time, as we all know, it's used to delay the request. I mean, it's used to help you to emulate the real-time scenario, and it'll help you to simulate the real-time scenario. And again, it'll help you to control the throughput as well. So yeah, Tausif, you have raised your hand.
Yeah. Also in the transaction, you can see there is a delay, right? So what do we have to actually add a delay here?
Yes, we have to add. I'll tell you why. Let me just quickly do it.
And also after the recording, there will be an option where you can enter the I mean, either you can use the think time as recorded, and second option will be use some value for the think time, right? So there also we can use, will that have split the think time, rather have the same amount of think time values between different transactions?
Yes, let me answer you all your questions. So first thing is, by the time I think, have you have you joined the time where I was recording the script, where I've completed the scripting?
Right.
You joined there, right? So I have selected to make everything to be selected as 0. The reason is, for every single transaction, you will be finding different set of delays. So if you see, for this particular action, I've got 62 milliseconds. For this one, I've got 722 721. So do you mind going inside each and every transaction and changing it? So for example, if you have like one script, you will be able to change it. What if you have like multiple scripts? So it will take too much of time for you to change, right? So that's the reason what I do is, the moment I've completed my recording, I will set everything to 0, which means I don't need to go inside each and every single. See, this is a very basic script, so you get to see only one transaction. What if you see inside every single transaction, you get to see like 50 requests or something? You have to go inside each and every single request, and you have to change all this to a standard time, because when we are doing testing, you cannot allow the system to have a kind of a minimum think time. See, this is just a 1 second of response time, right? But we can't allow 1 second of delay think time between each and every transaction. All we have to do is, at least we have to have a minimum of 10 to 15 second of think time between each and every, between one request and the other request. So that's the reason we are actually setting up this template where we are adding the delays between each and every request. At the end of the request, I'll add a delay, and that can be controlled by me. I can control this, because if I set up a parameter for this, I can control this in a one shot. If I want to
Mhm.
make it to 0, I can control it. Or if I want to increase the time, I can control it. So that's the reason I can do it. And you can't come inside each and every delays and you can control these numbers, right? So that's the reason I'm keeping everything to 0, and I know that I'm going to keep this delay as my standard time, which means I'll be setting up this for my value. Again, this is a kind of an industry standard. This is not something like which I'm following. This is a kind of an industry standard where everybody is following that. Same thing which happens inside. If you're doing your load runner, you're running your LR think time, right? Same
Mhm.
happens to your geometry as well. You're adding your think time, you're adding your numbers there. So that's the same standard that we are following with other tools and in the industry. So that's the reason we are using the same thing here, where we are adding manually this actions, where we are manually adding this delay in between each and every transactions between between them, so that you can control the throughput, where you can give the breathing space for the servers as well. So there are like several advantages of doing this one. But when you're doing it from directly from your system, what happens is you don't get that flexibility of controlling that time, because like I told you, it just for 59 milliseconds and 1 1, so you can't even control that numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
there
yeah.
is
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. No problem. I mean, is there a way wherein we can directly use this delay between the transaction in I mean, or you have to always drag and drop this delay
We
between
can do
each transaction?
the advanced, where we can actually uh, there was one thing I just noticed. Okay, not this here. I think I saw that somewhere. I don't know if I updated the recent recording, rename, create population, create transaction per page. Okay, I think for some reason, I think we need to do it. Let me just check one more time. Okay, we have to do it for after every transaction. Yep, but they should have actually brought it. I mean, we gave that suggestion to NeoLoad long back, but it
Mhm.
has not been implemented yet. But yeah, but for now, yeah, we have to go inside each and every manual transaction. Then we have to do it, because usually I thought they would have brought that under this advanced section, but it's not yet brought. Yep. So let me just quickly run the test again. So someone has asked about Lakshman has asked about goal-oriented scenarios. Actually, in scenarios, we don't have the goal-oriented. So all we have is either we can run by iteration, or we can run constant numbers. Say, for example, like 10 users with one iteration, or else we can just run it uh, with incrementing the users and with incrementing the numbers and then the peaks. Not like what we have in load runner, where if we give the numbers, we can't achieve that particular throughput or whatever the hits per second. So that's completely different from what we have in NeoLoad. And how many users can support on single machine? It depends on your size. It depends on your LG size. So this is one. This is my machine's load generator, which has actually lesser capacity. So if you have a higher capacity, you can use it. And if you really want to okay, if you want to do run, can you do distribution? You don't need to worry about distribution testing. You can use a load. You can use NeoLoad Web, where you can fetch the NeoLoad load generator and you can use it. Yeah, you can use powerful machines, and you can just connect. You can just add the load generators, any number of load generators you can add, and then you can distribute it easily here. And if you want to use Cloud Console, you can very well use it. You can, if you have enough license from NeoLoad, you can actually fetch their um, LGs and they can use it. It's supposed to execute with 10 users is asking license. I think yeah, if you don't have any license, you can't execute it. If you need at least license to run a minimum 10 user test. Coming back here, total alerts. Yeah. So this is another important one where you are going to run your test and you can see your response times here. So you're currently seeing your user load. And so if I just expand it, okay. And yeah, so here you can see your user rate. So how many users are currently running inside the system. Can we integrate with Azure, AWS CloudWatch and Azure Insight? For AWS CloudWatch and Azure Insight, you don't need to integrate it. You can actually, they sits on a EC2 machine, or they sits on a virtual machine. So all you can see is just, you can see the CPU and memory utilization, but you can't see their individual transactions, but all you can see is their CPU and memory utilization. That is the level of because they are not application performance monitoring tools, but they're just monitoring tools. They don't monitor the application's performance, but instead they monitor the machine's performance. So you'll be able to see only their machine's performance, not the application's performance. So the license you can't execute even 2 or 3. No, sorry, they won't allow you to execute. But let me see what I can do. Let me see whether we can get that license for you, Germany. Let me just get it. And yeah, user load, and we can actually get different levels of monitors here. If I go back to my templates, here you can get the request and errors. Just drag and drop here, and you can see how many requests are getting processed and how many users are there in the system. And if there are any errors, you can very well see that. And another important one that you want to see as part of your testing, which is the where is that response time requirements on the pages. That should be fine. Hits per second. Where is that CPU usage? Okay. Going back to user paths, external data, user path. Yep. And here we get to see the average transaction. Okay, here you can see the average. Okay, again, there is one more thing. So you need to understand what is the response time for each and every transaction, right? So what you can do is not this one here. Average monitors. Okay, this is the other one, the throughput. So you can get to see how much throughput that you achieve using your testing. And there is one more thing. Okay, all transactions and average duration. I think this is the one, if I'm not wrong. Okay, not this one again. Okay. In that case, if we want to get the response time of each and every single transaction, just drag and drop it here. And you can see the response time of your transactions. And you can even add as well. So if I want to get the response time of the next transactions, I can very well throw it in here. So now I can see all the response times of each of my transactions. Say, for example, if I'm running it like for 1 hour, I can just find what is going to be the response time for each and every transaction. They come in seconds, and here you can see all the transactions starting from first to the end. I can see the last, and what is the one? Can we merge with different graphs and release? Yes, we can do that as well, Lakshman. It's so simple. If I want to merge my, where is that, templates? If I want to get, yep, I can add. So now we can see the request, the users everything in the same request, right? Yes, you can do it. So that should not be a problem. Similar to LR and JMeter, can we get the 90s, 90th? Yes, I believe we can get that. I'll just show you real quick. Do not copy. And if I go to my, where is that? Test results. So I'm on the result summary of transactions. Yeah, if I go to my transactions, I can see my percentile, my 50th percentile, 95 and 99, and my 90th percentile as well. So I answered your question, Lakshman. So yeah, at the end of the test, we can get the transactions, their minimum, average, maximum response times along with their pass count. And if there are any errors, you have to get the fail. Make sure you are subtracting it with the fail count, and then you get the right count number from here. And then you get to see the user path 2, all your transactions and everything. So same way how you draft a report, and you can get to see the reports in case if you want to get the reports here. Just go back here. It should work for me. I don't know, for some reason it's not working. All request transactions. Come on. Why it's not getting for me now? Okay, I think let me delete it. And what I'll do is let me go back to my original way. So just pick up all these transactions in here, go it out, and now you get to see all the transactions. So you have to use this graph. And as Lakshman asked, I'll always do this. So I'll go to the, where is the user load? Come on, user load. User paths. Minimize this one. Okay, I got this user load. So at this particular point of user load, you can see what is the response times. And you can very well see how much thread counts has been executed. And yeah, so this is actually how I normally display. So at this particular point of user load, I get to see this much amount of response time. This will actually help you to understand, help the users to understand, like if the user load increase, whether the response time is increasing or whether it stays low or whether it stays at the same point. Can we get a premium support from the vendor? Yes, the vendor is always really helpful. Happy to help you with the premium support, enhancement and bug fixing. They do. If you have a proper license, if you have a premium license, yes, they do it. Since I'm working in open text, working as a technical consultant, okay, Lakshman, then you must know more than me. Yeah, they do work like open text, like how you support for load runner. Yes, they do support for NeoLoad as well. I think Tricent is taking care of that. So if you raise the questions in their open forum, then they'll help you for that, provided you have a proper licensing, proper. If you're working in a proper organization, they'll do that support or whatever the support that we need. Yep. So with that, I come to an end of this video. We have started from creating the scripts, did the parameterization, correlation, write the frameworks, and then finally we saw about how did we made a script for testing, and then we added think times, and then we understood how did the think times work, and then we ran the test, and then and then finally we found out the results. And then in your test report, make sure you're adding these reports to make sure that the business understands like what is happening in terms of the response times. Do we have any plugins manager where we can integrate with CI/CD pipeline? We don't have any plugins manager as such, but we can actually do a collaboration with the tools. For that, actually, yes, we do go to here, and then we do have a collaboration. We can integrate it with GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, Azure DevOps, or whatever it is. Maybe we can have a separate session next time where I'll show you how to integrate it with GitHub, Azure DevOps, and everything. From there, you can take it up. You can run it through your workflow. You run it workflow pipelines or whatever, however you call. You can run it from there. And it has actually a very good CI/CD integration, and even it supports Jenkins as well. I mean, Jenkins was the first project. I think that's another project which I have worked on to get a good appraisal. I have showed it to my team, and it really worked well. But we haven't used Jenkins after that. But still, I showed that there was an option to do that because it was before even the time where GitHub, GitLab came. So that was the first CI/CD tool which was initially in the market, the Jenkins one. So I have did a POC on that. So I even advise you try doing a lot of POCs in terms of NeoLoad. There is a lot of opportunities for you people in terms of NeoLoad, in terms of doing testing and everything. So please do use this opportunity. Please make sure watch more videos. And just to let you know, for those who have not, I'm not sure how many of you are not a subscriber of my Turtles Law channel. Just to let you know, this is my channel link. If you want, please do subscribe. There are more videos, and in fact, just to let you know, the video on dynamic parameters is also been added to my channel. Please do watch that. I have explained you very clearly with an example, like what if there are different dynamic boundaries are there to connect. So if your value have dynamic boundaries, how to correlate that. I have even added the value as well. Thanks so much. We do have free certification for Tricent test. I don't think we need to pay anything, but I am planning a separate training like this where we can discuss about the certification questions. Mostly it comes like whatever topics that we have seen, they will ask you some question like they look silly, but now when you're writing your test, you will find that you completely lost it. But there were like a lot of questions that comes in very simple manner, like how will you achieve something, like say for example, most of the questions that comes like this, like in the framework section, how will you do a particular action, or if in your license, what will you choose, or your project settings, in your certificate manager, something like that. So maybe I can schedule something in the upcoming weeks where we can discuss like what questions you can expect. And I would say like Tricent is the most easiest of the licenses which certificate you can expect in terms of performance testing tools. It's very easy, I would say. Like, I have cleared it in my first attempt. So again, thanks everyone. I have shared my channel link as well. Please do join it. I'm posting regular videos. If you have not subscribed it yet, please do join my link. I'll send it again. And thank you so much. Thanks for your patience as well, for listening me for all these hours. Very well. Soon we'll have another the next session where we can see how to connect it with GitHub, GitLab, Azure DevOps. I'll show you a demo on how to do it. And before that, if you are still interested, you can join my WhatsApp channel where I will discuss about the I think I can help you with the license part as well. We can see how does it work. And thank you so much. Thank you really so much for your patience.
Yeah.
For
Thank you, Vasu.
I think I have nothing to say. Thank you so much, and please do subscribe to my channel. And there are more videos coming in, more videos based on the upcoming latest trends. And yeah, wish you all the very best, and take care, and see you very soon. Take care and bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you, Vasu. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.